Peace in, folks. How you doing? Let's not forget to use the force now. Positive mental attitude. Let's be kind with our thoughts and let's keep love in our hearts. It's okay, I'm not completely naked. I've just had a bath. I'm boiling hot. It's a lovely, lovely, hot, sunny day outside. So I've got both my fans going. Yeah, I still wasn't cool enough. So there we go. And also, let's look at it like the meaning of this message is balance. Alright, this morning, out on my morning walk, I made a video as I've taken to doing in the mornings because it's a great spot, and I enjoy doing that there. And it's first thing in the morning, otherwise I'm hard at work. So it's not like I'm going to go back out again in the day, whatever. Anyway, so this morning I was outside, I was fully dressed, and it wasn't the most positive of messages, was it? But so here's the balance. I'm half naked indoors and I'm bringing a message of positivity, right? It's all about a positive mental attitude, but we have to face negativity. It's real. I posted a video on my Facebook page on John Woodford Scott, just on my personal page, right? It's not on my Guy with a Fork page, and it's a guy called Ralph Smart, who some of you have mentioned. He's awesome, right? No one's perfect, me included. No one is perfect, but the guy has his heart in the right place, and he doesn't just speak on. Go watch the video. He's saying things like, you know, I want love to go viral, I want kindness to go viral, and I totally agree. Because, you know, like he pointed out, negativity sells, right? Negativity goes viral. And we need to change that shit. But I see this, right? This is why I can't just mimic people. I can't just be a parrot on the shoulder. I'm Ralph, hello. Nah, I am John Woodford Scott. I am Guy with a Fork, and I have my own message. And this is it. This is it. How do we... I don't know how to... I've never tried to do that on camera. Try and create a balance symbol. We're just going to roll with that. We're just going to roll with that. For now, that's balance, right? It just doesn't quite work. Doesn't quite work. But my message is balance. And why do I not just want to promote love? Because I believe there's been this pendulum, right? Like love, hate, racism, just that was a bad example. There's so much. There seems to me like a pendulum effect that happens in society that rolls with extremes, right, and influence, right? So instead of getting that pendulum and going, yeah, and stopping it, like you're stopping time itself, maybe that could be an interesting thing. But anyway, instead of stopping that pendulum and finding that middle ground, right, and just like, you know, that middle space, the middle road that Alan Watts talks about, that a lot of great spiritual philosophers talk about, right, is the middle road, right? It's balance, right? So yes, love should go viral, right? Hashtag the shit out of it, share it, whatever it is that happens on social medias that make things go viral. I'm not really a tech head, so I don't really know properly. I just know that things get caught onto, and one way or another it manages to go viral, right? But what I do know is love is important. But so is recognising that hate is important, right? Some people have just cause to feel the emotion of hate. Doesn't mean you should act in hate also doesn't mean you should just act in love. If you just act when you're also loved up, right? Are you truly loved up, or are you lusted up? Right? But if you just act in them severe emotions, you keep that pendulum swinging, and B, I think it's unhealthy. Like, yes, come from a place of love, but make sure that's grounded and centralised, right? So you're not just like, oh, you know, let's all fucking whatever. I don't want to diminish anyone, so I don't want to take the piss. I don't want to, I'm not about that. But what I am about is balance. What I am about is finding your centre. What I am about is finding the objective centre, which, you know, so you find a whole lot of information, but then you objectively get to the centre point, right? And I just think that balance is more important than anything in the world. Anything. Because I think if we balance how we deal with our emotions and thoughts, what we actually put out is an even stronger intention, right? So yes, I want love to have more perceived awareness in the world, but I also happen to know a fuck ton of loving people. Okay, I believe some of them have limitations to their love because, you know, I wanted people to speak out for the love of humankind, and a lot of people saw the negative in it, which was cool. I get it, right? But like, the reason I made that video this morning with plenty of smiles and I think a ton load of good intention, and I think that was probably felt to the people that watched it, but it's because I fucking love this planet. And regardless of whether I think, or whether I even believe, or whether I even know that energy can't die, so therefore existence is infinite, I don't find that any excuse or reason or whatever to then go, oh, well, you know, I'm just going to ignore the fact that half the church are paedophiles. I'm just going to ignore the fact that so many politicians have got so much dirt up their sleeve that they're probably owned by the people that put the dirt in front of them in the first place, and half of that is probably paedophilia. I'm guessing on some of that because I'll be honest with you, after seeing some stuff a few years ago on the state of affairs with what people were being up to and how they were controlled, the whole Hollywood circuit seems dirty and horrible. But balance. I don't want to go too far off the deep end, but the reason why I made that video this morning is because I care. Is because I want the best for us all, and that's not just all of us that are pinky beige skin in England, or all of us that are brown skinned in England, but for every motherfucker on the planet, right? I don't give a shit what people say about me. Like, otherwise I'd have stopped making videos a long time ago. When I made the first set of self-progression videos, I'd have crashed and given up, but I didn't. I went away, I rebuilt, I dug into myself, I learnt more lessons, and I came back fucking swinging, son. Because that's what I do. And this is not a journey of self-gratification, right? I said to one of my closest friends not that long ago that, do you know what? If I hadn't have found purpose, I'd have stopped making music a few years ago. I found it difficult to write generic music, we'll call it. I don't want to be rude to any creative at all, but you know, let's face it, most of the content, most of the music out on the circuit in the mainstream, it's pretty shallow, right? It's either talking about love, but really I hear lust, or it's just, you know, bling and look what I've got, look where I've been, look where I'm going, look at me, you know. And I've got that in me, right? I've got a natural showman in me. I love speaking publicly. I fucking love it. So, you know, but it's about balance, right? I think it's about balance. I feel it's about balance. My soul's message is balance, right? So that takes a level of awareness. That's why I say, let's get it. And you're like, get what, John? I'm like, awareness, of course. Come on. You know this, right? I know this. So I can't alter my message because it doesn't feel right when I'm influenced to alter it. I sit with that. You know, a few things have happened recently and it's like I just feel like I'm being tested. And I'll just say this, like I have a message of balance. I believe it's the most important message to be given. And that is the message I'm bringing. I want people to balance themselves internally. Balance in the mind, balance in the emotions. Getting things into that centre space, right, where there's more calm and there's more clarity. Because from that space, the choices we can make are way more potent and way more powerful. Way more. You know, we're more likely to choose less stuff and more time when we're in a more balanced spot. You're more likely to choose compassion over greed when you're in a more balanced spot, right? So breathe deep when things happen. Take it all the way in. Or not. Just do a little like, before you answer someone, before you go to respond to someone, like, oh yeah, fuck you, blah, 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 blah. Mate, I get attacked on social media all the time, right? And I'm speaking about balance. Because when you go into a conversation and people have a narrative, they have an objective, they have an angle, right? Stock pose, vogue. I don't know, shit just comes out, right? So, and then you come in and you're like, look, you know, to be fair, that feels like a negative message. That feels like it's just separatist. And, you know, we've all got a common goal, right? And a common foe, if I should say. You know, we've all been raised in a society, that old one, yeah? We've all been raised in a society that's got a sick psychology, and that's because there's no balance. There's just this fucking pendulum swinging, right? So we can make balance. We can create a better now and a better future, right? Just takes a little bit of self-control, a little bit of digging, a little bit of soul searching, and then some hard choices. So, I've made my choices. I'm at peace with myself, right? I am not perfect. I am not centered all the time, and I am not balanced all the time, but I am aware most of the time. I correct myself in a heartbeat, and I find it a lot easier to get balanced and centered. In the mind as well, it's not just about spiritual or emotional. It's not letting your mind just fucking bah. Anyway, we're on that time. I'm going to say, use force, positive mental attitude, be calm in your thoughts, keep loving your hearts, and let's get it. Get what, John? Awareness, of course. Peace in.